Hey LEGO fans, and welcome back to a new collection video. Today I'll be showing you my animal collection and how I sort my animals. Be sure to give this video a like and a comment below, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified of new videos when I post them on Fridays. How I basically sort my animals is smaller animals in one drawer, large animals go in here, fantasy creatures in this one, and dinosaurs go in the last one. So without further ado, let's dive into the tour. So to kick things off, I'm going to start off by showing my small animal collection. The small animals are sorted into these Duramax trays. 4 trays fit into one of these big containers. And the great thing about these Duramax containers is they actually have rounded bottoms, which makes it very easy to get out smaller parts. I've actually used these for a lot of my resorting, which hopefully you will see soon once my new Lego area is ready to show off. We're still under construction, so hopefully that will be done soon. But let's take a look at the first container here. Actually, I'm going to open this up and then just move the camera down for you guys so that you can see. In the first section here I have all my dogs. So many different types of dogs in my collection: Huskies, Dachshunds, German Shepherds, even the Scooby-Doo figure, some older style as well. Lego has made plenty of different types of dogs over the last few years. I really enjoy all the new molds that they've gotten out for all the different animals actually. So we'll just take a look at a few more here. Cute little French bulldog, I think in a couple of different colors there. And that's about it for all the different types of dogs. I do have a couple ones that are the same. Lots and lots of different dogs. And then I also have a separate section for all the Friends style. And Friends has even more variety of different animals, different colors of the same molds, and then different molds entirely. So you have quite the selection depending on what kind of theme you are wanting to build. I don't use the Friends line a whole lot, simply because the size comparison to the minifigs is a bit off, but if I ever want to do fantasy type builds with those characters, I definitely can. The next side over, I have all my cats. So there has been several different types of cats. Again, same as the dogs, this one is from the Lego movie with the mohawk. Most of the ones I have are actually in this standing position. I do have one that is crouching down, so that's cute. And then just a couple more. I don't have as many cats, but I also don't use cats as much. So in that slot there, and then in the front again we have the Friends style of kitties with the large eyes and eyelashes for most of them, which are kind of cute, but again I don't use them a whole lot, but they're there in case I do want to use them. The next section over has my collection of rats. There are 2 main rats from the original molds from way back, the light bluish gray and the reddish brown. And then they did actually print a new one for Scabbers in the new Harry Potter line. And then I do have a couple of Scabbers, but I also have a couple of the same mold without that printing on the forehead. So I do have quite a few, but they're all repeats to what you see in my hand. And then just in front of that we do have a couple of the new cute mouse pieces as well. In the next slot over, I had an extra spot, so I actually put my little Unikitty there. Needed a spot to go, so just decided to put her there for now. In the next section over, I actually have a couple of skunk pieces, which are really, really cute. Not cute in real life to run into one of these, but in Lego form, they are adorable. And then just in front of that, we have the ghost doggies. Forget the name of the dog in that series, but I have a few of them. I think he came in almost every set, so that's there in the front. And then over here we just have a bunch of random small animals, including this pinata, which isn't really an animal, but I consider it to be an animal piece. We've got a bunny, these cute little sloth characters, a couple of different types of bunnies actually, hamster piece, the little Niffler from the Harry Potter line, and even this haunted teddy bear. Very cool. And then in the front we have the same sort of thing, but with, again, the Friends line of animals. So we have a seal, a bunny, and a squirrel, all from the Friends line, and then we have a couple of duplicates in the slot as well. So that does it for the first container, which I will slide out of the camera. The second one, we have a bunch of flying and sea creatures of all kinds. I'll just open this up and dive right in. So in the far left here, we have all of my owls. I do have a few from the first wave of Harry Potter sets. So the original ones with no extra markings, just a solid color. And then we have a bunch of the new ones that came out in the last couple of years, including these flying ones. They came out with a bunch of new colors, which is really, really cool and helpful for when I did my Diagon Alley, all the different ones. And I did even put a Friends owl in here as well. I didn't have enough space to section this part off because I have so many owls, but I slid that in there because I felt like it went well enough with the rest. So I have a whole bunch of these now in my collection. Right beside that we have parrots. So we do have some of the older style parrots with the printing and some without the printing, and then all kinds of different colors. It's the exact same mold that they've used, I think, since the 90s when they first came out with this mold. But they have definitely made the parrots super cool and all the different multicolored ones. So that's pretty cool. And then I just have some others of the same colors. Just in front of that we do have my seagull collection. I did get a bunch of these off of Bricklink one time. The seller had a whole bunch, so I don't even know how many's in there, but I have a whole bunch in case I want to put them into a MOC. Right beside that is my miscellaneous large birds. So to start off on top, we do have this eagle, which was new last summer, 2021. We have the original fox, the phoenix, from the original Harry Potter line, which I think was in 2012. And then we do have a couple of the newer fox birds as well. So we have a couple that came out with the new sets, and then a couple of flamingos as well, because the flamingos were adorable. So I had to get a couple of those just because. I don't think I've used them yet in a MOC, but probably will someday because they're cute. Just in front are my miscellaneous Friends birds. Again, don't use these too often, but good for fantasy style mocks. So there you go. I have a few extras down here, but those are the main ones that I have. Moving over to this side of the box, we do have some sea creatures. So in the top here, we have a brick-built turtle that I thought was really cute, and then just a few more realistic and cartoon type turtles, and then some extras in the back here. Those are all the different types of turtles that I have. Really cute. Just in front of that, we do have the coral sea creatures that come in the little bag. Let's see how many I can find in here. I think they normally come in a package with all of these, even if they're not all used in a set. So I've had a few sets with these, so now I have quite the little collection there. And just in front are the ever cute and popular lobsters. I have 4 lobsters now, and they're just the cutest. Next row over, we have starfish. I mostly have the translucent purple ones, although I do have a couple of yellow ones. I usually use them atop Christmas trees for the stars, so I actually don't have them in the box. There are quite a few animals that I have that aren't in storage right now. They're on display, so there definitely might be a few things that are missing, but this is most of the collection. Right next to that, we do have some crabs, so I have a few different colors, and the lavender, red, and orangish yellow style, and then a whole bunch of extras just below. And then I do have some clams in the front there, only in white, but I do have a whole bunch of them, which is nice. And then in the last column here, we have all different kinds of fishes. So these are the standard fish, all the different kinds. And then don't forget that one, there are 2 different types of grays in there. And I think that's all the colors that I have, at least in this box right now. But LEGO has made quite a few different colored fish. And then in the slot in front of it, some older style decorative fishes. Just another style, but with the same animal. So that does it for this small container. The next one has a few farm animals, as well as some zoo or more wildlife animals on the right hand side. So I'm just going to open that up so we can take a look. In the far column, we have all of my recently purchased sheep, which I absolutely love. They're super cute. So I bought a whole bunch of those off of Bricks and Pieces the one time. The next column over, we have piggies. I have a couple of different styles of pigs, which I'm really excited for the new farm sets that just came out. I'm going to get a couple of those to add some baby animals to my collection, including the baby pigs. So I've got those for now. In the front we have the holy grail for a lot of people, including myself, is the goats. So I actually have 4 goats in my collection. Wish I had more. Probably won't ever get more at this point, as they're super expensive now. But I do have 4. I managed to get them while they weren't so expensive. Still quite pricey. I was surprised I spent the money on them when I did, but now I'm glad I did, because they're twice as much as they were a few years back. So up in the top here we have some chickens. We have a few different types, including this brick-built one, which is really cute. And then, oh, I do have a plain white one, as well as the printed ones in the white and the dark tan, and then this brick-built one. And then just in the front here I have all my sealed chickens that I actually have not used yet, so they're still new in package for now. The next column over we have our monkeys. We have a couple of the newer style monkeys that just came out. last summer as well, 2021. They're really, really cute. Bit of an upgrade from the original monkey. However, I do like that the limbs are all posable on the original mold, so that's pretty cool as well. Just in behind we have a whole collection of chimps. I think there are two different styles, so yes, we have the, I believe this is the Friend style, and then the more realistic style. We just got a whole bunch of these in the Jane Goodall tribute freebie, so that was pretty awesome to get. I think the set came with 3, so that was pretty cool. And then the next column over, we have mostly all the different types of dolphins. We have the Friends style as well as the regular style. All different types of colors. There's even a cute little baby dolphin, which is really cool. I have a few more colors, but they're all pretty much the same. And then one more addition is the super cute pink narwhal that came in a Friend set that I got a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love that piece. Those narwhals are awesome. And then finally, in this last row over here, we have a bunch of the newer style lion cubs. These are really, really great molds. They're super cute. I'm hoping to get a few more to add to my collection, but for now I have about 6, 3 of each color. And then in the front we just have a couple more of the Friend style animals, a tiger and a panda. Super cute. We just have one more tray to look at for the small animals, and these I call my creepy crawlies. I don't personally think they're creepy crawlies. I actually have quite a few of these as pets in my real life, so I just call them the creepy crawlies tray because a lot of people don't like these types of animals in real life. So let's get started right away. On the left hand side here we have the old style of spiders, some in translucent colors, some solid colors. They came out with quite a few of these for quite a few sets. I think these are all the different colors I have. Oh, and a trans red. So that's pretty cool. And then you can compare them to the newer style, which I absolutely love the new mold for these spiders. Got one more down here, the white color. Oops. There we go. So the different molds of spiders over the years, the newer style and the older style. Very cool. Mind you, the translucent spiders may not have been the most realistic. They were super cool to use like as radioactive spiders. I've done that before. So you just got to use your imagination a little bit, right? So, and then we have the old style of snake. I have quite a few of these. They came out in many different colors, but these are the colors that I have. Really, really cool. I still like to use them a lot. And then they also have this style, which I think came out with the Ninjago line, although I'm not 100% sure as I'm not a huge Ninjago fan. But they also have quite a few colors of these types of snakes. I have a ton of the lime green, but those are pretty cool. And then just in the front here we have a couple more miscellaneous types of snakes, including this Nagini from the newest Harry Potter line. I have a couple of those. We do have a cobra, which came out in one of the collectible miniseries lines quite a while ago actually. And then this style of decorative snake, which has also been used a lot for the Harry Potter lines. Just beside that is not really a live animal per se, but it is the snakeheads that came out with the new Harry Potter lines as well, and I did get a few more of these off of the Bricks and Pieces service because I think they're just like a super cool part with the translucent green in the back. So I have put these with the animal collection because it just makes sense to me. And right behind that is the scorpions. We do have an entire scorpion collection on display in our Lego room, which I will show you that when we do our updated Lego room tour, hopefully soon. So we do have quite a few spares in our storage, so we just keep those there. The next space over, we have a bunch of these small bugs in either the yellow or red, and then we also have this one as well from the old Egyptian lines. So that's pretty cool. I have a whole bunch of those, so I keep those together up there. And then just in front is my quite large bat collection. So I have a whole bunch of those. I did have a lot from the 90s from the Fright Night Castle line, and you can see my collection today is quite substantial. Right beside that we have a couple more Friends style animals, the lizards, which are really cool, and I've used them in quite a few of my mocks because I actually love these. They're super cute. And they do fit well, even though they do have more of the Friends feel to them. I do feel like they fit okay with the regular minifigure fantasy style of mock building. And then just in front here we have other baby dragons that came out over the years. So that's an older mold. I think they still use it, but I'm not entirely sure. And then a couple of these cute little baby dragons from the Elves line. I do have a couple of these. I do have more. I'm not sure. I think they're on display somewhere at the moment, but I do have a few more of the Elves line style dragons. But I have them all together in the front. This is empty, so room for expansion. Not a lot of room, but I will take expansion room when I have it. In the back section here, we have cute little duckies, rubber duckies, green and yellow. I've got a couple of each back there. And then in the front here is my collection of frogs. I am trying to get most of the colors if I can. I'm only missing one or two, I believe. I know for sure I'm missing the transparent green frog. We've got silver and dark bluish gray, pink, white, red, brown, yellow, and I do have a white in here somewhere. Or I have a white there, sorry, I have a gold in here. There you go. There are all the different colors. There might be a couple I'm missing, I know for sure. Like I said, the translucent green frog I don't have, but I'll have to check again as Lego is always coming out with new colors for old molds, so I'll have to check on that. But yeah, that's it for the small animal collection, and we're going to move on to our large animals just right now. So this is my large bin of large animals, and they're all mixed together because it's not really difficult to look through them if you're looking for a specific mold. So I'm just going to dump these out and really quickly sort them so it's a little bit easier to show for this video, and I'll be back in just a second. Alrighty, to start off the large animals, we are going to look at the underwater variety. So on the far right hand side here we have a couple of different colors of octopi, the dark red and the black. We have an older mold for this manta ray that I got in a bulk build It's a bit chewed up, which is a bit disappointing, but it's still an older piece that I was happy to add to my collection. Right beside them we have our sharks. So we have a couple of these big ones. I do really like these molds. They're from the Pirates of the Caribbean Silent Mary set. They're the zombie sharks, and the cool thing is you can actually fit an entire minifigure right in, so you can pretend like the shark is eating them, which is a really cool feature. So I do have 2 zombie sharks that came with that set. We have the old style mold of the regular shark, still with the mouth that opens, and then the same style of shark, but newer printing with a bit more detail on the side there, which is really cool. I have 4 of those newer ones, and then this hammerhead shark, which uses the same body, just a different mold for the head, which is really neat. I was happy to add that to our collection. In the front we have our standard alligators. So these are all the older style, either regular green or dark green, using the same mold as the dragon heads, which is pretty cool. And then we have a couple of additional ones in the newer molds with the updated printing, and yeah, so those are pretty cool there. This one was a fun addition to our collection as well. We bought this set on clearance just to get this piece. So I know they have actually a couple of different colors of this mold out as well, so hoping to get those eventually, because it's just such a cool piece. And then the last one here, we have the newer updated manta ray. So these are super cute as well, and much more updated than that one, but I do have 2 of those for any underwater scenes that I want to build. So here is the last of my large animal collection. I have here mostly land animals. As you can see, I have quite a few of the different styles of horses over the years. We have your standard ones that first came out in the white, brown, and black. So I have quite a few of these. And then there's been a few changes over the years, such as the change in colorings, using the same mold, of course. And then these older style horses, I do have a few with the different bardings and stuff as well. I do have more not on the horses, they're just up in storage in my collection. But as I said before, I am going to be doing a full tour of all of my parts as soon as my new Lego area is ready to go. And then we do have some more printing for the old mold as well. So we have a couple of these. And then the newer style is actually super cool because the horses can actually go up on their hind legs. So I do really like the new molds as well. And then I just have a couple of different colors in this new mold. I'm sure I will be getting more in the future. And then I do have quite a few of the Friend style of horse. These ones are rigid, you can't move the head or any of the legs. However, I do have a few colors, including this one that had wings to be a Pegasus. So I have a few of the different Friends colored ones. and then a few foals as well from the fence line, which are really, really cute with the long lanky legs that foals definitely have, so those are cute. These are the skeleton horses in a couple different colors. These I guess could be considered fantasy style animals. However, they're close enough to real horses that I have kept them in the large animal bin for that reason. The ones in the back here, the elephants, I know are another hard to find animal, at least the original ones from the early 2000s. So I actually have one of each, the dark gray and regular gray. So that's pretty cool. And then I actually have one of the newer style light bluish gray elephants, which does not, well, the head moves. You can't move it as much as the other ones because the other ones have full mobility in their ears, their legs, their tails. However, it was nice to get another new elephant mold finally after all this time. And then there are a couple of the Friends line elephants in more fun colors. Mama and her little baby. And the baby actually has a mini peg there for the nose, so you can add a water piece if you want. And then Mama actually has a clip at the bottom of her nose, so you can put something there as well, which is a really nice addition. We do have a few big cats in my collection. So we have male and female lions, which were out last summer, 2021, which are really neat. And then a couple of the older cats from past years. We have a leopard with the same, all these big cats have the same sort of molding as the horse, really similar, where they can go up on the hind legs and their head can go up and down. And then this saber-toothed tiger as well, which I really like this mold. Another one that could be considered a fantasy type animal is the stag from the Harry Potter line, which isn't necessarily real, but I did want to include it in my large animals, so I did. And then I've also added the original and the newer style of the basilisk from the Harry Potter lines. While I do think the newer style basilisk is a bit more realistic to how the basilisk looked in the films, there's just something about this original basilisk that I just love so much. So out of the two, I'd still say that the original is my favorite, even though it may not be as realistic. And then just a couple more random animals in the front here. I did get this ostrich off of Bricklink a couple of years ago. It is really, really cute. So I just have the one, but I wanted to make sure to add it to my collection. We have the pig here from the Toy Story line. I never really collected a lot of the Toy Story sets. However, this was in a bulk buy that I grabbed. And then the very last one here is the black bear mold. This again has a similar mold to the horses and the big cats, being able to adjust the back legs as well as the head. So next up, I'm going to be showing you my large bin of fantasy style creatures. So I'm going to sort this out like I did the last bin, and I will see you in just a second. So here I've organized all of my fantasy style animals, and we're going to start off on the right hand side because I feel like these stick out quite a bit. We've got two of my large dragons in the back here. This is the brick built Hungarian horntail from the newest, at the time of the recording of this video, golden egg set So this is a very cool, fully movable Hungarian horntail, which is really, really cool. So I actually kept that together. And then beside that is one of the older style dragons, which I absolutely love this. Quite honestly, a lot more than the brick-built dragons. However, when I go on Bricklink and try to get some of the others to complete my collection, it is way too expensive now. So I'm hoping one day LEGO will go back to these types of molded dragons, but we will have to wait and see. I know the brick-built ones are obviously very popular as well, but I do have this one in my collection. Just in front here we have a bunch of the Ninjago dragon heads. These were all brick built as well, but I did take them apart for various reasons, mostly because I wanted to use the parts for something else, but these will also be cool to use in the future if I want to do my own sort of style with these heads. And then I do have the jaw pieces over there as well. I won't show you all of them, but they go with the heads. So if I want to build something with these one day, I can. And then just in the front here, we actually have the older style of dragons in the green and in the black. I did take the wings off because they kept falling off, so I decided to store them in a separate spot. So we have a couple of the older style, as well as this really cool one with the gold-plated head and the extra design and the different tail as well. This is one of my absolute favorite dragons that LEGO has done. Really, really cool. Right beside that, so I don't forget about them, is a couple of different warg pieces from, I believe, Lord of the Rings, or it could have been The Hobbit, I'm not entirely sure. But I have a dark brown and a white. The white is missing his jaw, so it is on my wanted list on Bricklink, and maybe one day I will be able to get that piece to finish off this creature. Just in front I have my collection of centaurs. Centaurs are half man, half horses. This is the design that came out with the Harry Potter set, Umbridge's Attack. I did get a few extras. I think 2 came in the set, but I got a few extras. So I had a small army of centaurs in my collection, which I've already used in my Attack on Elvandale MOC. So if you'd like to see that, I will leave the link to that down in the description below. Right beside that, we do have some of my favorite pieces, the troll molds. These came out quite a few years ago. I'm not entirely sure exactly which year, but they came out in a few sets. There was the sand green color, and then they had dark tan. I don't have any of the dark tan, but I did have a bunch of sand green that I added to my collection just a couple of years ago. So hopefully I'll be able to add some dark tan as well. In front here, we just have a couple of small creatures from the Nexo Knights line. They were the little minions of Justero. So we have a couple, there we go, focus. We have a couple of different characters there. They were kind of fun. And then a couple of these that came out with the Elves line a couple of years ago. These little troll type characters, which are kind of fun. The arms pose too, actually, which is a nice addition. I really missed the Elves line. I thought they had quite a few awesome sets, but can't keep all the themes, I guess. Next up on the left here, we have some characters from Harry Potter. So the big one that stands out is Grop. He is brick built, fully posable. a great add to my collection. I kept him together in case I want to use him for mocks in the future, and this was the same set that I got 2 of these centaurs with. So I kept brick-built grop together. I do have the newer style of buckbeak, which I think is quite the improvement of the last with the updated printing and just a little bit more detail with the head. And then the newer style thestral piece, I did take the wings off of this. Again, just to have, I have a separate storage place for wings, so I have those tucked away in there for now. And then we have the original 3-headed dog, aka Fluffy mold, that came out with the original Harry Potter sets from back in 2012-ish. And then the last few characters in the back here, I'm not sure of all the names. Most of them are from Star Wars, and I'm not entirely sure of all of their specific names. We have 2 of these guys. I think they were in episode 2. So I have 2 of these. It's actually a fun little mold here with lots of mobility. So I have 2 of those. I do know the name of this one. This is a Tauntaun. And I forgot which episode this is from, but one of the originals. So this is a very cool mold to have as well. And then another creature from Star Wars as well that I don't know the name of, but it's just a cool character to have. And then you have this guy over here, the big horns, another big fig. Came out quite a while ago. Another one that I got in a bulk buy. Very cool to add to my collection. And then here's a couple of random figs. I think these are from the old Expedition line from the early 2000s. And I don't know too much about these characters, as again I got these in a bulk buy, but they are very nice to add to my collection. So finally, we're going to be taking a look at this last bin here full of Lego dinosaurs. So I'm going to sort these out like I did my last 2 buckets, and I will see you in just a second. So I have this last bin fully sorted out, all of my dinosaur collection, which will probably be expanding over the next couple months with all the new Jurassic World Dominion sets that have come out. But as of right now, these are all the dinosaurs I have in my collection. I will start in the back left corner with the Indominus Rex that came out a couple of years ago with the newest Jurassic World movie. I did like this coloring a lot more than the very first one that they came out with, which was pure white. I think the gray is a lot more realistic to the actual dinosaur, although it could camouflage, so it did change color in the film. I just think the gray looks a lot better. Right beside that one is the star of the second Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, which is the Indoraptor, another man-made prototype to be more exciting than regular dinosaurs. Beside that is a similar mold, but just with a different head, the Baryonyx. They do have a new Baryonyx, which is bright green, I believe, so I probably won't be getting that one, as I believe this one to be a lot more realistic in what I would want to build. Beside that, we have a mold of the Carnotaurus, which uses the same type of body as the T-Rex, but of course they changed up the head and the arms and just added some spikes going down the back. But the legs, I think, are pretty much the same as the T-Rex. Speaking of the T-Rex, I have a couple of different molds. For this one is the dark orange and nougat color. I really like the coloring on this one, and I also liked the coloring on this one as well. I believe this one came in a junior set, but didn't matter to me. I liked the coloring, so I thought that was another good one to use in different mocks. This one doesn't stand up because it is actually missing its tail. So I got this one in a bulk buy, and I have the tail and the right arm on my wanted list for Bricklink. So hopefully I will be able to score both those parts sometime to complete this guy, because he's really mean looking, really cool. So even though he doesn't stand up right now on his own, hopefully one day I'll get him back up on his feet. Right in front here we have this guy. This is called a Stygimoloch. He is in one of the sets from a couple of years ago. I also use him as a Pachycephalosaurus if I want that character for any of my mocks, as they have a very, very similar look to them. Beside that, we have my Triceratops. I was really excited that LEGO came out a couple years ago with a new Triceratops. It's the same mold, I believe, but the old one was very, very expensive on Bricklink, so I wasn't able to get it. But when this one came out, I was sure to grab the set because I was really excited to add the Triceratops to my collection. Over to the left here, we have a couple different styles of this guy. He is not very realistic in the lime green, but this mold and this coloring I really do like. So I do have a couple of him, but I will mostly be using this one in the front here. In front of that, I have my one and only Pteranodon. I actually have quite a few coming in the mail very soon to add to my collection. I was never super interested in the Pteranodons or the pterodactyls, but I am hoping to do more Jurassic builds, and so I needed them to add to my collection. Kind of stuck here behind all the velociraptors is the Gallimimus, which is a rather new mold. Be using a lot of the same body and leg pieces, just new arm and head molds. So this was a cool addition there. On the far right, we do have the Ankylosaurus, which is a pretty badass dinosaur. It was able to hold its own in the movies, so I do like this one a lot. We also have a baby Ankylosaurus, which is really cute. The coloring isn't overly realistic in my opinion, but it's still really cute. I still love to use this little guy. And speaking of babies, we do have baby Triceratops as well. I know they came out with a few more of the baby dinosaurs, so I am hoping to add a few more to my collection very soon. And then I think probably my biggest collection is probably all these velociraptors here. I won't show you all of them up close. They're all pretty much the same, just different coloring. These two I think are my favorites as opposed to the others because of pretty much basically their coloring. I think they are the most realistic, but I do like collecting all the velociraptors, so there's many, many more that I don't have, that's for sure, but I do have quite a good collection of them. And then we also have this older style dinosaur. I'm not sure exactly the name of this one in terms of the Lego names, but this is just a cool older one to have, just to add to my collection. And then we've also gotten quite a few of the smaller, I guess, baby T-Rex or baby velociraptors, pretty much whatever you want to use them for, in a couple of different colors. There are a couple of colors that I am missing, but these are really, really cute, the ones that I do have. And then this is, I guess, the original baby T-Rex that they came out with quite a while ago with the original Dinosaur line. And I just have the one. I think they came in a couple different colors, but this is the only one I have. And that covers all of my dinosaurs. So that finishes up our tour of my Lego animal collection. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you have subscribed, as it helps this channel out a lot. Thanks for watching this video today, and until next time, keep on building.